Welcome to a Gadget Show versus the Professionals special. Can tech help us beat the experts at their own game?
It only flipping works!
Coming up, Jason wears some silly glasses. No, not those ones. Those ones. Whilst taking on a champion sharpshooter.
Pressure's getting to me.
And look, no hands. Amy puts her faith in the latest autonomous car tech in her attempt to outmaneuver racing legend Tiff Needell.
Oh, let's start.
Otis uses all manner of sports science tech to try and improve his frankly abysmal kicking technique. Not that I can talk. I'm not exactly Bobby Charlton.
And John takes on some of London's finest street entertainers, using tech to try and sing,
Come fly with me,
dance, and trick his way to glory.
Queen of Spades.
Oh dear, perhaps you should have given him the football challenge instead.
Welcome to a very special Gadget Show, where we are taking on some of the biggest challenges we've ever had to face.
You're not kidding. In mine, I had to literally stare death in the face.
You were shooting clay pigeons.
Yeah, I know that. But clay pigeons can be vicious when they hunt in packs.
Yeah,
Seriously.
well, we've all had to accept some difficult challenges and assignments with only the latest technology to help us through.
You'd be very right there. My challenge is up first, and I had to tackle something that has made many a grown man cry.
Yeah.
Penalty shootout. My challenge seemed fairly simple. Beat a professional goalkeeper in a penalty shootout. Problem is, my version of the beautiful game is pretty ugly. When it comes to football and these legs, they are poles apart. So, in true Gadget Show versus fashion, I was going to enlist tech in my quest to reach the top of the table. To improve my kicking technique, I've got the Adidas My Coach Smart Ball and app. The Smart Ball incorporates a sensor package suspended within its centre that tells you everything you need to know about your kick, including impact zones, spin and trajectory. So I'm going to have some fun with 3 kicks. And after my first attempt, it was evident I needed a lot of practice. Took him out! But I soon got into my stride.
Don't tell me that wasn't a beautiful shot, huh?
There's a variety of training modes to help you develop different styles of dead ball kicks, and your results are recorded. I've got all the feedback from that. Gives me a speed readout, how fast the ball was spinning. I can take a look at the flight path of the ball as well, and I can take a look at coach notes as well. This particular one says outstanding. And more importantly for me, there are similar features that help improve penalty kicks. Follow through, keep your head down, lean into the kick. And with my feeble spot kicks, it's a feature I definitely needed to spend time on. So I headed off to Loughborough University's Sports Technology Institute to get some expert advice on improving my game. Researchers here use super high-speed cameras that can record up to 30,000 frames per second to monitor ball and boot impact. They also use motion analysis to improve players' technique and performance. Part of the test setup required a level of, shall we say, nudity. Yep, I had to bare a little flesh so that infrared reflective dots could be placed all over my body. An array of 14 specialist cameras filtered out all other light, meaning that only the dots were recognised.
The analysis we're obviously interested in is your kicking leg.
The resulting images were then imported into specialist software to construct a 3-dimensional representation of my movement.
Okay, so under this square, Otis, we've got a force plate.
Yep.
So we're going to measure what effect you have on the ground, the forces you're generating when you're kicking.
All right.
So 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so you'll see that force as you plant is back in towards your body.
Yes.
So that means you're braking, you're loading up to kick the ball, you're generating power in your leg.
That's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
Excellent.
That's a good thing. Okay, so most of the analysis we do is actually in another package of software.
Yep. Okay. Oh, look at that. That's my lower skeleton.
That's your lower skeleton. So from this angle, you can really start to understand what's going in your hips and knees. then you can start to see that your pelvis actually isn't very open there. So you're not generating a lot of power in this section.
Yeah.
You're relying only on your knee to generate power. And you'd really need to work on that, opening your hips up to generate more power.
So, with Chris's advice ringing in my ears, it was time to put all my newly acquired skills to the test. I thought I'd give everything a trial run. So I took 5 penalty shots against one of the Loughborough University team goalkeepers.
Hope you're ready, Jack.
But just like my favourite teams in penalty shootouts, my dress rehearsal started well.
Yes!
But ultimately ended in failure.
Oh! Oh! Why would you do that?
It was evident that my skills weren't going to be up to the task. However, I had one more piece of tech which I felt would guarantee victory. This is a piece of titanic technology. It's a kicking robot created to produce a consistent, powerful and extremely accurate kick. So, my mechanical maestro would have to score at least 3 out of 5 penalties against Alex Pycock, Loughborough Dynamo FC's first team goalkeeper. Time for the drama of the penalty shootout. Shot number 1. The robot's kicking arm is powered by a 3-phase 9-kilowatt servo-controlled motor. It also has a sophisticated encoder feedback system, which means its speed can be managed with a high degree of accuracy. Oh, bit of diversionary tactics.
It only flipping worked!
It was a superb start. This is me strolling nonchalantly up to the ball before taking the penalty.
Yes!
That's 2-0, I'm afraid. Oh, no. Ow. Why is he throwing it so hard? I know why. It's because he's losing. But my gloating proved to be premature.
Oh! What did he do that for? He saved it!
Man against robot, it's 2-1. Now there's something to play for. As the tension rose, I adjusted the position of the ball in relation to the kicking boot in order to change the trajectory.
Let's get ready to play ball.
If this went in, it would mean victory.
Yes!
I won! Brilliant! Challenge done! Thank you very much. In this colossal contest, the tech had come out on top, and Alex, the goalkeeper, wasn't happy. That's one, man!
Yes!
Fantastic. Lovely use of robotics towards the end there.
It's got better and better.
It did, yes, yes. Unfortunately, I didn't, but there you go.
Yes, but it was a brilliant start, thanks to England's team new secret weapon.
Oh, yes.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can we keep it up? Do more victories lay ahead in today's programme? Probably not, but, you know, stay tuned nevertheless.
Welcome back to our Gadgets versus Professionals challenge.
Yes, this programme is all about us taking on a master in a particular skill set that we've got no talent in whatsoever and trying to beat them at their own game using technology.
And so far it's been going pretty well, thanks to Otis and his robotic footballing teammate. We're actually now 1-0 up.
Yes, score 1 for the Odo.
Yes.
Kind of puts quite a lot more pressure on the rest of us, though, don't you think?
Well,
a bit more nervous.
We should be positive, Amy. We should be positive. I mean, the message here is that with a couple of hours, you know, not particularly hard work, you know, and loads of technology, you could save yourself an entire lifetime of selfless dedication and graft.
As Mr. Bentley will attempt to demonstrate as he tries to match the extraordinary performance skills of established street entertainers.
Couldn't I just do a camera test instead?
No.
For my challenge, I headed to London and tourist hotspot Piccadilly Circus. London is justly famous for its street performers. There's always a plethora of magicians, buskers, dancers and living statues performing to a captive audience of international tourists. But today, this was going to be my patch. I'd be taking on an established street magician, singer and dance troupe with only tech to help me out. First up, magic. I was going up against Stephanie Jane, an expert at card tricks and sleight of hand. What sort of advice have you got?
So performing on the street can actually be really difficult. I think it takes a lot of confidence to be able to keep an audience captivated, but also skill, and skill includes a lot of practice.
The plan was for Steph to go first, performing one of her most impressive illusions to a group of tourists. Then I'd follow up with my own display of gadgety prestidigitation. First up, Stephanie.
Now I need your thumb, this one, and your thumb, this one. What I'm going to need is your thumb, and your thumb, Awesome. This last band's going to go here. This last band is going to go here. And I hold it up right at the camera so that it can see it. One last band goes right behind the other like that. Most importantly, you both can feel me pull it. Yeah, if I rub them in the middle.
It was a simple yet very effective trick. I really couldn't work out how it was done.
It comes through.
It was great, yeah, it was amazing. It was happening right in front of me and I couldn't tell what she did at all.
Enjoyed it a lot.
Ah, way cool. It's definitely jolly impressive. I just don't think I'm going to be able to compete with that. Did it go well for you?
I think it went pretty well, yeah.
So do I, yes. Oh. For my turn, I was using magic trick number 1, an app available on both iOS and Android. This is how it works. Although your audience doesn't know it, the screen is divided into sections. First of all, you've got to do a discreet tap on the screen while they're not looking. If you tap in the top third, it's for Jack. If you tap in the middle third, it's for Queen. If you tap in the bottom third, it's for King. Then you've got to choose where you start rubbing to reveal the card, because the screen's also divided into corners. It goes spades, hearts, diamonds and clubs. So, if they've chosen the Queen of Hearts, you need to do that discreet tap in the middle and then start rubbing on the top right-hand corner. And there she is, the Queen of Hearts. Well, that should be simple enough to remember. Ah, yes, indeed. Now, well, this first one is sort of a test of mind reading. I don't know which sort of cards do you prefer. Do you prefer the cards with the numbers on or stuff? Faces. Could you pick a face for me? The King of Hearts now. See, the wrong one, sorry. Let's start again. Now, this is a sort of test of mind reading. Do you prefer cards with faces on or numbers?
I prefer numbers.
No, I can't do numbers. A Jack of Diamonds. God, I've managed to get it. The app performed perfectly, but unfortunately, I didn't. Sorry, I think my... Yes, so I'm starting again.
You can do this.
I can do this. I found keeping the crowd engaged whilst battling with the technology just too much. King of Hearts. Right. I've done it again. I don't know what's the matter. Do try another one. The Queen of Spades. There. Good. I can do that. Queen of Spades is no problem. I'm sorry. I was under no illusion that I'd lost round 1 to Stephanie, but I quickly turned my attention to my next challenge, singing. And I was going up against Jake Henry, a well-established singer who's had his fair share of standing ovations in public places.
If you can use some exotic booze...
For legal reasons, we can't take real money off the public, so the winner of this round will be the one that collects the most fake money supplied by the Gadget Show.
Come fly with me, let's float down to Peru.
Jake was a big hit with the ladies, and even managed to light the flames of romance in one young couple. And soon enough, he had the audience eating out of his hand and feeding coins into his hat.
Come fly with me, let's take off on the blues.
He certainly knew how to entertain a crowd. I had a terrible feeling I'd got my work cut out.
Pack up and fly.
In the end, Jake had a rather intimidating hat full of cash. If I was going to beat him, I'd need to do a lot better than I had during the magic leg of my Versus challenge. To help me, I'd chosen the Sing Tricks, the latest music gadget from the makers of Guitar Hero. It claims to be able to turn anybody's voice into that of a true professional singer. It's very plug and play. You put your music backing track source into there. You can use Sing Tricks' own app, which gives you access to 13,000 songs, and then you can apply one of up to 300 different vocal effects. I've got one here called Old School Rap, for example. There's a tuned robot, even a trio. I hope it'll make me a bit more Michael Bublé. By using the trio option, I'd hopefully give myself a fuller sounding voice and thereby achieve a good continuous flow of fake money into my bowler hat.
Come fly with me, let's fly away.
Oh dear.
If you can use some exotic...
There was an initial flurry of interest from people intrigued to know why a middle-aged man was standing in the street murdering Frank Sinatra. And I did get a few sympathy donations.
Come fly with me, let's float down to Peru.
But the crowd's mood quickly changed. First to bewilderment, and then disbelief. And it didn't help that I'd forgotten the words. The Singtrix uses auto-tuning to modulate your voice as you sing, and it claims to be able to make the lousiest of singers pitch perfect. It wasn't working for me. And by the time I got to the end of the performance, what small audience I had at the beginning had indeed taken me at my word, packed up and flown away. So the Singtrix failed to perform for our discerning crowd, and now it was 2-0 to the professionals. I had just one last challenge to try and save some face. Gangnam Style, a personal favourite of mine. Street dance. YouTube favourites King Corville are famous for their comedy reinterpretations.
Everybody clap! Hey!
Of party anthems. And they were the professionals my tech had to beat. They were setting the benchmark pretty high with their cheeky chappy routine.
Oppan Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style. Oppan Gangnam Style.
They had no problems keeping the onlookers thoroughly entertained. The question was, could I master the 6-foot faceplant, wiggle my derriere to the beat, and keep a crowd on the boil like they did?
Oppan Gangnam Style.
Corville, Eugene, gentlemen, that is absolutely brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. Now, in my own small way, though, I've got something which isn't quite so human, sweaty and dynamic, but I think just might be almost as impressive. To help me get my Gangnam on were these little guys, the now V5 Evolution humanoid robot dance crew. Each one has a built-in accelerometer and gyroscope, as well as 2 head-mounted cameras for an extended field of vision. They're also programmable using choreograph software. So I taught them a little sci-tastic routine which would surely impress the crowd.
Oppan Gangnam Style.
Let's dance! They're called Max, Anthony and Ben, and they're going to be dancing to the same piece of music. So, cue the music! My little robots were busting some pretty smooth moves, as well as impressing members of the King Corville Dance Ensemble.
I was surprised they could dance like that. They dance better than me.
But despite some unconventional moves in their routine, my mini marvels didn't manage to draw as big a crowd as their flesh and blood rivals. And though I'd lost my challenge, I couldn't fault them for effort.
Oppan Gangnam Style.
And that was well dench.
Oh, so 1-1.
Boo. Come on. Although, John, there was some nice tech in there.
Yes, I think the apps work really well. I was slightly less convinced by the Singtrix. The robot, then, I thought was really cool. Some of those moves were really cute.
But in terms of crowd pulling, still can't match real dancers.
No. Yeah, in fact, you'd have been better just busting a few moves yourself.
Unlikely, I think.
For more information on all the gadgets we are featuring in this week's show, log on to our incredibly informative website at channel5.com/gadget show. And whilst you're there, make sure you check out our exclusive reports and reviews, along with the very latest tech news, all lovingly compiled by our trusty web TV team.
Welcome back to the Gadget Show versus the professionals.
Yes, just to recap, this week we are all facing a challenge in which we have to use tech to try and beat the experts at their own game.
And so far, it's delicately balanced.
It is. My challenge, I proved victorious against a top-class goalkeeper, thanks to my robot player.
Well done, but unfortunately, my performance-enhancing gadgets failed to beat 3 professional pavement performers.
Good effort, though. But now we have a world-class opponent beater in our midst. A lady who can't even pronounce the word second. You see what I mean?
Winner. Come on, Amy.
No.
Kick some bottom.
This is Tiff Needell. He's raced in Formula 1, and he scored a podium finish at the iconic Le Mans 24-hour race. Tiff is the racing grandmaster.
Tiff's just mucking around back there, but today I need to rev things up as I'm going to burn some rubber and attempt to beat Tiff at his own game.
I'm going to use an autonomous car. These driverless machines are big news, with companies like Google spending millions on developing models that could be on sale in just a few years. To outdrive TIFF, I needed the fastest autonomous cars around, so I headed to BMW's German headquarters. Here, we'd face 3 challenges. First, a treacherous slalom to test extreme manoeuvrability. 3, 2, 1, go!
Wheel spin, traction's off.
We'd have 3 goes each to set the best time.
He obviously went for it.
It's tight, it's got tighter all of a sudden.
The key was to be delicate because too much aggression would cause the 326 horsepower car to spin.
Whoa, it's tight, it's tight.
My seatbelt was digging into me a bit.
It may have been a rough ride, but Tiff's expertise shone through. He learned exactly how hard he could push without losing control.
The lane, Jay, stop!
Tiff's third run was quickest.
Oh wow, 19.57.
That was the time I'd have to beat in this. BMW's autonomous M235i. It was identical to Tiff's car in every single way, except it would be doing the driving itself.
So there's one little catch now. Because this is a brand new prototype BMW, we have to have Eve here, who just has to watch over the mechanics in case it has a little technology tantrum. 3, 2, 1, go!
One press of a button and the car was off.
It was quite a strange feeling to begin with.
Steering wheel is actually moving on its own, which is crazy. Eve had already programmed the layout of the course into the car.
This is unbelievable.
Hands in the air with the driver. It then drove entirely by itself with GPS positioning, laser guidance and radar monitoring where it was, while an onboard computer electronically operated the steering, gears, throttle and brakes.
And over the finish, 21.58. That's not bad.
Amazingly, it was only 2 seconds slower than Tiff, but being computerised, it had no way of improving, so unfortunately I was 1-0 down. But I hoped computer-controlled accuracy would help me win the next challenge. Parking. The pride of lady drivers was at stake.
Tiff is going to park in the old-fashioned way, using spatial awareness and judgment. And then the same car, same place, I'm going to park using parking assist. Fastest one wins. Stopwatch is ready. Go!
Easy peasy. Right, look for a parking space, look for a parking space.
Oh, he's going fast!
That will do.
We use a BMW 218D, fitted with park assistance. An autonomous technology fitted to BMWs right now, but turned off for Tiff.
Oh, don't hit the glass! He was very fast.
And stop the watch!
Okay, 26.15!
Very good. I don't think you'll find a computer can beat that.
Oh, you never know. Give me a chance.
I could only hope the tech would give me victory.
Go! Go on!
With park assistant on, ultrasonic sensors underneath the wing mirrors measured the space to make sure the car would fit.
Please stop!
The car then took control of the steering and told me when to reverse, accelerate or brake.
Oh, help!
Keep going!
It then steered itself into the space and used sonar-style front and rear sensors to judge how close I was to the other cars and wall.
I'm in!
No, you're not in. It's still moving.
Parking completed! That was so slow. I can only do what it tells me to do on
48.36 seconds. I could have parked twice in the time it's taking you to park.
Disastrously, I was now 2-0 down. To avoid a total tech whitewash, I had to win the final test.
This autonomous BMW 5 Series is going to drive me to a petrol station 30 miles away, and I won't have to do a thing.
And I'll be going to exactly the same place, but I'll be doing the driving in this standard BMW 5 Series.
Driving on real roads with real speed limits meant Tiff didn't have the speed advantage, and the race started with us both crawling along a busy autobahn. It's in scenarios like this in which autonomous cars will be most useful, but right now road laws don't allow totally driverless operation, so BMW engineer Michael had to monitor the controls. Information from radar, GPS, ultrasound, laser scanners and 360-degree cameras is displayed on a high-resolution LCD screen and allows the car to read road signs and react to other vehicles. But there was one problem. My prototype only works on motorways. So when Tiff spotted traffic ahead and decided to take a shortcut, I couldn't follow. But the motorway traffic wasn't as bad as Tiff had feared.
We are at 80 kilometres per hour with no hands on the steering wheel, which is slightly crazy.
Tiff was now battling the suburbs while I was coming off the motorway, which meant Michael had to take control of the car.
I'm going to take this exit and make our way over to the petrol station.
Where hopefully there will be no Tiff.
As we approached the petrol station, neither of us knew who'd won.
The question is, will Amy be there first?
Is that him there? Okay, so where is he? I can't actually see him.
Tiff didn't arrive for another 10 minutes.
Hello.
Not only had I finally beaten Tiff, but I had won by a massive margin and without any stress at all.
Oh, it was so good.
That's a pity, man. I'm really glad you won the last bit.
What I'm impressed by, though, is how that BMW looked like a normal car. It wasn't one of these research platforms with, like, Doppler radar stuck on the roof. It looked like a car from a showroom.
It was a BMW 5 Series, and then they just put the technology into it, which was fantastic.
So, the score is now Gadget Show 1, Pros 2.
Sorry, guys.
Don't apologise. Great tech. That's more important. And plus, we could still pull out a draw, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Now, though, we've got a very special announcement. Cue the rolling ball. It's time for the Gadget Show competition, where one of you lucky people will get the chance to win a shed load of prizes.
Shed load? No, not a shed load.
It is a shed load. I always say that. Gazillions of prizes.
And indeed there are, but there's not a shed load. There's a blooming great lorry load. Come on.
Look, she's right. There's far more here than you could possibly fit in your average garden shed.
Yes, I mean, there's bikes, TVs, game consoles, everything you ever need to gadgetise your whole entire life.
Indeed, and in 5 minutes we're going to have to put the rest of it in the van, shut the door because it's off to a lucky competition prize winner.
But more importantly, in a slightly longer time, a van like this could be coming to your home once you've won this week's competition.
Yes, so sit back and relax while we read out the monumental list of prizes that one of you is definitely going to win.
Kicking us off in the living room, we've got a 55-inch 3D TV with 4 pairs of glasses and a wireless keyboard, a 32-inch smart TV, a 5.1 home cinema system with 10 Blu-ray films, and a TV stand plus wall bracket.
But there's more. We've got a pocket projector, a UV box and Slingbox 350, an upscaling Blu-ray player plus a Google Chromecast, a Logitech all-in-one remote and monster cable set, and the latest Apple TV as soon as possible after launch. Plus an annual subscription to Sky Plus HD with compatible box, Sky's top-speed broadband available in your area, Spotify Premium and Office 365.
Keep your ears happy with this audio tech, a Sonos wireless music system and UE Boom Bluetooth speaker, Bose Bluetooth and Vibe Brass Balls in-ear headphones, a portable Bluetooth speaker, plus a wireless internet radio.
For gamers, there's a PS4 and camera pack, a limited edition Call of Duty Xbox One console, a Nintendo Wii U, a PS Vita Slim and 16GB memory card, and a Nintendo 3DS XL, and games for all the consoles, plus a Turtle Beach headset, HD recorder, and Logitech PowerShell.
What about this computer tech? There's a 13-inch MacBook Air with Spec Shield case, a Raspberry Pi starters kit and 240GB SSD, 2TB portable and wireless hard drive, a Netgear Nighthawk router and a Devolo powerline kit.
Keep your tech accessorised with a Synology NAS drive with 8TB of storage, an all-in-one printer, copies of Kaspersky Internet Security, Photoshop and Premiere Elements 12, a Logitech wireless keyboard and mouse, plus a portable battery pack, a MiFi, a 128GB USB stick and a gadget organiser.
Stay in the know on the go thanks to an iPad Air 2 and iPad Mini 3, iPad leather, rugged and keyboard cases, plus a Media Devil stylus pen, a Google Nexus 7, £50 worth of iTunes and Google Play vouchers, a Kobo waterproof H2O e-reader, Wi-Fi freebie tuner and a PowerDock 5.
Plus get snap happy with a Canon EOS 700D and lens kit, a Panasonic TZ60 digital camera, a Steadicam Smoothie and Seawee photobook voucher, a Fuji memory card bundle plus a 32GB iFi, a GoPro 3 Plus Black Edition.
For keeping teched up on the go, there's a TomTom Go 500 and Garmin head-up display, TomTom for iOS, a Parrot in-car entertainment unit with Pioneer speakers, and a Claude Butler folding bike with a Garmin bike computer, Blaze laser light and foldable helmet.
Get Gadget fit with all this tech. Nike plus Air Max running shoes, sensor and GPS sports watch, a Fitbit Flex and electric toothbrush, an iPod Shuffle with sports headphones and a Sony waterproof MP3 player.
We've got outdoors tech, including a Berghaus Gore-Tex jacket and North Face E-tip gloves, a BioLite camp stove, a Vata torch and battery bundle, a Trek cabin case with trap-top luggage tracker, Sportiva Chango walking boots and bobble bottle, an Aquapack festival bundle plus a Gerber survival tool pack.
And for your home, we've got these: a Works cordless lawnmower, Beko dishwasher and Dyson DC59, a Philips Hue starter pack plus a Nest thermostat including standard installation, a cordless power tool set, an Espresso coffee maker, iKettle and 4-slice toaster, and a Samsung smart oven.
There are toys too, including a 22-inch cruiser skateboard with 4-piece protection set, an RC chopper and Air Hogs Atmosphere, an App Blaster, a Tacnid and Sphero, and a Razer Rip Rider 360.
And these too, a Para AR drone GPS edition and Arduino starter kit, a Nerf Elite Rampage with bandolier kit, vest and 300 darts, and a Scare Electric set, cuddly techie toy, plus a copy of the Gadget Show annual.
And last but certainly not least, we've got an iPhone 6 with a Mophie Space Pack and Colour Lab voucher, plus a Sony Xperia Z2 Android smartphone and 1 month free self-storage to put all your prizes in.
This week's Gadget Show competition is bulging at the seams, ready to be ripped open by one lucky winner, and that winner could be you.
To be in with a chance of winning, all you have to do is text Gadget to 85555 or call 0906 500 5000 or post your name and contact number to The Gadget Show 2010, PO Box 7557, Derby, DE1 0NP.
Text costs £2 plus one message at standard network rate. Calls cost no more than £2 from a BT landline. Calls from other landlines and mobiles may cost considerably more. Lines close at midday on the date shown on screen and 3 days later for postal entries. For rules, go to channel5.com/win, and we'll repeat this information again at the end of the show.
Welcome back to a nail-biting final of the Gadget Show versus Professional Challenge.
A challenge in which we are, sadly, 2-1 down.
So I guess it falls to me, doesn't it, to carry the pride of the Gadget Show into our fourth and final challenge, which sees me going up against a shooting star, okay, someone who is the youngest to win senior gold in her sport. Yes, a shooting challenge, in which I'd be using a marksman training simulator that has been designed to improve the accuracy of both professional and amateur shooters. He was lucky, wasn't he? And I'd need all the help I could get. I'd be facing Amber Hill, youngest ever gold medalist at the Shooting World Cup in Mexico, and now one of Britain's brightest hopes for Olympic gold in Brazil 2016. Oh, man! 17-year-old Amber specialises in skeet shooting. This is so cool. One of 3 competitive clay pigeon sports. Are you shooting in front of the target or actually...
No, it's definitely not straight at it. It's sort of, it varies as you move around the target. So, say for example, on the one that comes over my head, I'll be shooting just underneath it. But here, I'll be shooting maybe a couple of foot in front.
Okay.
Boo!
Just the swagger of it. It's just like, yeah, pull.
Simple as that.
Chat, 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 move on. We'd be doing an Olympic skeet shooting round. This involves 25 clay discs being hurled in 1s and 2s from 2 fixed towers, while the shooter moves around to different positions trying to hit them. Of course, the problem is that I'm already seeing a pattern to what Amber does. It's basically this. She doesn't miss. I don't quite know where I'm supposed to fit in with this challenge. Normally I'm against someone and there's a couple of percent error, and that's where I, have my little ambition set.
Boo!
It's like a robot. Boo, off it goes, 2, yeah. She had 100% accuracy, 100%. I mean, that's absolutely extraordinary. OK, so I couldn't match Amber in real life, but at least I had some cutting-edge tech to help me in the virtual world. This is a highly accurate shooting simulator based on a patented technology from Marksman Training Systems that unexpectedly doesn't use laser, which often this type of simulator uses. Instead, it uses a video camera mounted on the gun's barrel and a gyroscope which measures its orientation. When the trigger is pulled, it records the point of impact as a circle, indicating the spread of shot pellets. You can then replay your shot to determine your accuracy. The circle represents the gyroscopic data of my gun, the position of my gun. I'm tracking it, and just in the centre there is the point I shoot, and I just catch the edge of the clay, resulting in a successful shot. So it's a combination of the camera and the gyroscope that make this so accurate and so lifelike. In addition, the ST2 simulator allows you to slow the speed of the skeets and provides on-screen crosshair sights to improve your accuracy. I can actually begin the process of learning where to shoot, how to follow the target in flight, and then slowly speed it back up again to full speed. I shot him twice. You're right. I was as ready as I'd ever be. It was now time for battle. But first I had to explain the rules to Amber. You've got a total of 25 shots.
Yep, that's right.
You can take those shots from whatever position you like.
Okay.
Anything that flies, on the word pull, you've got to hit it. I was releasing the skeets myself using a remote control. But Amber's concentration was so intense, nothing could faze her.
Boo!
Those poor little flying discs never stood a chance.
So cool. Bravo.
But then, suddenly, at the halfway point, there was a glimmer of hope.
Pressure's getting to me.
Isn't it?
Amber was getting put off a little bit, but her accuracy was still off the scale. But I realised I couldn't rely on her making more mistakes.
All right, fair enough. Moving on.
Just teasing.
I needed a bit of gadget mischief to give me a fighting chance. You understand? I told Amber that she had to shoot 25 flying objects, but I hadn't said what they'd be. Angry Birds, both the clay and soft toy variety. Oh! She got used to the catapult, so I tried something more powerful. A fantastic T-shirt launcher.
Pooh! Oh, crap!
Into which I loaded T-shirts, tennis balls. Next, I had some flying rings, but Amber was quickly getting used to my tricks. A drone, fantastic drone, which lasted about 5 seconds until Amber blew it to smithereens.
Ah! Yeah.
I'd managed to limit her score to 19 out of 25, so I was at least in with a tiny chance when she joined me for my simulated shoot.
Cool.
Good start. That felt good, and there were more like it. I was on a roll.
Getting the hang of it now.
8 out of 10, Amber.
Not bad for a beginner.
But could I keep it up? No.
I knew when I got overconfident that it would lead to bad things.
The simulator matched a real-life shooting round by changing the direction of my next 5 skeets.
Gotta think Olympic, I've got to get the psychology right.
I'd gone through a dodgy patch, but it wasn't over yet, and things swung back in my favour as I started picking up some direct hits.
Got it.
I'd achieved a very respectable 12 hits from 18 shots, but there was now no margin for error.
Oh.
Another hit, and the virtual crowd went wild. But then, disastrously, I completely lost my focus. Shot after shot just failed to hit the target. My hopes of a Gadget victory slipped away, and I finished with 15 out of 25.
Oh, man.
Sorry, I wanted it to be different. I really did.
You did try, though.
Yeah.
I did try, but...
Amber is talented.
What am I supposed to do against a talent like that, you know?
Wasn't a simulator extraordinary?
Awesome! Isn't it awesome?
Indeed.
Bit of a downer, though, isn't it, for the end of the show?
I know,
Let's be
3-1,
honest.
it's not
Yeah,
nice.
well, luckily that is all we've got time for tonight,
probably best.
so...
However, if you do want to watch the show all over again, or indeed lots of other Gadget shows, head over to Demand 5.
So until you see us again, bye-bye.
Hurrah! That's all for now, but next week...
Which is best, iPhone 6 or HTC One M8? Let's have a heated debate!
Let's see what the overall result is.
Amy tries out an amazing solar charged glider. The trick is to find where the wind's coming from, apparently.
But I can feel it on my rear end. Can you feel that a little bit?
ITV's chief weather girl, Lucy Verasamy, gets all hot and bothered testing portable weather stations.
Not great for the hair, as you can see. And Otis is in South Korea testing super zoom cameras before turning into a deranged lunatic. Silly boy. Oh, All that in next week's show, but first, don't forget about this week's gloriously gorgeous Gadget Show competition for your chance to win a load of tech to cram into every crevice of your house.
To enter, all you have to do is text Gadget to 85555 or call 0906 500 5000 or post your name and contact telephone number to The Gadget Show 2010, PO Box 7557 Derby DE10NP.
Text costs £2 plus one message at standard network rate. Calls cost no more than £2 from a BT landline. Calls from other landlines and mobiles may cost considerably more. Lines close at midday on the date shown on screen and 3 days later for postal entries. For rules, go to channel5.com/win. Goodbye and good luck.
Now, if you think the other half stealing the duvet is a problem, be thankful you're not sharing it with this fella. There's a Rhino in My Bed is here on Channel 5 tomorrow at 8. New up next, it's Jack the Ripper, The Missing Evidence.